Hey, my beautiful Virgo peeps. What's going on, everybody? It's Am from CancerMoonsTarot, and we're coming at you guys with your mid-June 2022 tarot reading. How are you guys? I hope you guys are well. Without further ado, let's go ahead and begin and see what we got going on for you. What do we got coming up here for Team Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout their mid-June 2022? Having a look here at the first card out, we already got here a 10 of Wands. So, typically with a 10 of Wands energy, it could be the energy of feeling very overwhelmed, feeling like you're kind of carrying a little bit too much on your plate at this time. Moving on to the next card for you, we do have here the Eight of Pentacles, which is a signifier of very hard work. And moving on to the last card that we have for you guys, we do have here the Seven of Cups. So Virgo, right off the bat, jumping into your mid-month mark, there seems to be a pretty big whirlwind of emotions that you guys are experiencing. You know, we got here the 10 of Wands, we got here the 8 of Pentacles, and we have here also the 7 of Cups. Now, with these energies showing up for you, 10 of Wands is typically the energy of feeling very much so like there's too much on your plate, and you feel like there's so much on your plate despite the fact of how hard you've been working to make something a lot easier. So I definitely feel like you've been putting in a lot of work here, but it's getting to the point where you feel quite stressed and quite burnt out. And with the Seven of Cups showing up into play here as well, it leads you to this place of confusion. You know, when you see the Seven of Cups, it's kind of like your emotions are all over the place, to the point where it's kind of like, I'm confused on what's going to come next or how I'm going to go about getting out of this very stressful situation. So I do feel like coming into the second half of June here so far, there's already a lot happening. There's kind of a lot going on. The way that I could really describe it is like it's a whirlwind of situations and emotions. It feels like it's really hard here of what you're battling and dealing with. Now, do keep in mind, we are in Gemini season. Now, in the mid-month mark, it's going to transition on the 22nd to Cancerian season. But while you're dealing with the 15th to the 22nd, you're still going to be dealing with Gemini energy. Now, granted, Gemini may not be the opposite zodiac of you. You do have something that you share with the Geminis, which is you are both ruled by Mercury. So we have a Mercurial sign season that you share that same planet. So I do feel for you guys, it could be one of those times where you may feel like Mercurial energy is lurking a little bit longer for you. Granted that Mercury retrograde went direct. So this could be the energy of feeling like things are just not working in your favor, unexpected stuff happening, unexpected kind of inconveniences is what I'm feeling for you in the second half of the month here. Like, you know, you're getting ready to go to work and then you realize you never really filled your gas tank and you're already late. You know, this is the energy of like you meant to send a text, but that text never went through or you never sent it in the first place. You know, I do feel like minor inconveniences could be popping up throughout the month here. So definitely be mindful of that. What I would say to you here, Virgo, is check everything twice before you do it. Think twice before you do things as well. Make sure you're pretty aware, I guess, as much as you can be throughout this time. But regardless, though, taking a look at what we have here in your mid-June so far, 10 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups. You know, you're working pretty hard here right now, but you just feel like there's too much that you're doing to the point where it's pretty chaotic. And, you know, you're pretty much like with the 7 of Cups, you know, where is the chill gonna be? Where is the calm waters that I'm looking for? I'm kind of confused of where they're at because it just seems to me like I'm surrounded in this whirlpool. Okay, let's go ahead and have a look here and clarify some stuff before we go any further. Tell me about the 10 of Wands here for Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-June 2022. What do we got here, the 10 of Wands? And clarifying that 10 of Wands, we have here the Page of Cups. So granted, Virgo, you're in a position right now where you feel like you are carrying way too much on your plate. It does appear to me, though, that doesn't stop you from offering to help when help is asked from you. I definitely feel this energy, Virgo, of you still being very open to what others want and what others need from you and expect from you. You know, you're a very hard worker. Earth signs are one of the hardest workers in general. So I definitely feel like if this is the energy of your boss asking you, can you take some extra shifts, even if you know you don't got energy for that, you're like, yeah, sure. You know, if your friend says, hey, do you mind doing this thing for me? Even if you don't got time to do it, you're like, yeah, sure. You know, it's this energy of very much so overextending yourself. So I would be mindful of that because it can negatively impact you here coming into mid-June. Don't worry about being a little bit more selfish in this second half of the month. It's something that I can offer to you guys. I think it would be a great benefit to you. Listen, everybody's got shit going on. Everybody's got stuff to deal with. If you don't got time to put that on your plate, don't worry about it. So be really mindful here of overextending your energy. me. Tell me about the Seven of Cups here. What's going on with this confusion for Virgo? And that Seven of Cups is going to be clarified by the Emperor. So the Emperor is pretty much the person who's in control. It's a person who's in a very boss type of energy. I feel like what the Emperor is trying to say here is that you felt like in mid-June, you would be on top of yourself. You would be, everything would be going good. You would be very chill, like you could handle everything. And it just feels like it's kind of the opposite. It's like you've taken on too much to handle is almost the vibe that's coming through. So like I mentioned, pretty much with that Page of Cups, clarifying the Ten of Wands, coming into the second half of the month here, don't take on more than you can handle. Don't take on too much. I would definitely not be afraid to be a little bit selfish at this time. If you need a break, catch a break, okay? So don't be doing too much here, Virgo. It's okay to be a little selfish this month. Let's go ahead and have a look here at your surroundings. What's going to be going on in the surroundings here for the zodiac of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-June 2022. How are the surroundings looking here for Virgo? First card out, we do have here the King of Pentacles. So definitely surrounded by some sort of abundance here for sure. King of Pentacles could be a lot of money, okay? That might be why you're taking on way too much right now, Virgo. I mean, it could be a great abundant time right now. Maybe work is booming. You're making that, you're making that money. You got a lot of time here to be making money and putting it to the side. So you might be on grind time right now, saving up as much money as you can. So work could be going well. But do remember, you got to take care of your physical being here too. Moving on to the next card for your surroundings, we also have here a Queen of Pentacles, and then lastly for you, we have here the Five of Cups. So taking a look at the surroundings here for you, Virgo, I definitely feel like there is a lot of good stuff that is going on around you, but at the same time, there's also a lot of unfortunate things unraveling and happening too. So there's definitely good things here. King of Pentacles represents abundance, and it doesn't always have to represent financial abundance either. It could represent an abundance of love that's going on in your surroundings. It could represent that other people are in good places. I definitely feel like there's a lot of good things going on for people around you, but with the Queen of Pentacles showing up over here, that's because everybody seems to be very focused on nurturing themselves at this time. This is the energy of people taking care of themselves in your surroundings. And with the Five of Cups showing up over here, when they feel like they need to be taken care of, they're not afraid to ask or reach out their arm or extend themselves. So this is the difference that I'm seeing here so far, Virgo. It's like other people aren't afraid to, be like, hey, I need some help with this, or hey, could you help me with that? And as for you, Virgo, it's more of like you're dealing with what you got going on, you're dealing with your problems, and then when other people need help, you're there for them, okay? So that's the thing. Other people are already kind of in this I'm gonna take care of myself energy, where you're in this energy of like I'm gonna take care of everything. And that's gonna lead you to feeling super chaotic this month. That's why I think it's very important here to take a look at your surroundings and maybe kind of mirror that energy a little bit. If other people are making sure they're good, they're taking care of themselves, they're turning down what they can't do at this time, make sure you involve yourself in that energy too. Like I said originally, it's okay to be a little bit selfish at this time for you guys moving throughout mid-June 2022. So don't bite off more than you can chew. You got to make sure you're taking care of yourself too, baby. All right, let's have a quick mental health check-in before we go any further. All right, how's it looking here for Virgo regarding their mental health, please? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-June 2022. Having a look here at the first card out for you, we do have here the Four of Pentacles. Moving on to the next card for you, Virgo. What do we got? We got here the Chariot. And then lastly for you guys, we have here the Three of Swords. So Virgos, I definitely feel like you're in that space where you're kind of dismissive of how you're feeling emotionally. It's like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm doing fine. But like on the inside, you feel like it's chaos, okay? Stepping into the second half of the month here for you, Four of Pentacles, Chariot, Three of Swords. This is very well likely the energy of masking a lot of pain, a lot of irritation, and a lot of flustered type of energy too. I feel like you're pretty flustered here in the second half of your month. So Four of Pentacles, this is the energy of just holding it all in, okay? And the thing about people who hold in or bottle up their feelings and emotions is that they're inevitably going to explode. And this is something that we naturally would see with a zodiac like Taurus, but considering a Taurus is an earth sign too, earth signs can sometimes have the tendency of biting their tongue for too long until they chew it off. So essentially, Virgo, the more you keep bottling up what you're dealing with and how you're feeling emotionally, you're going to pop. you're going to explode, and it's not going to be a good feeling for you. So what I would say is make sure you have nothing more that continues to add stress into your life. I really can't stress this statement enough, Virgo. Don't bring in any more added stress into your life. Make sure that you're handling business in the second half of June here, but also make sure that you're giving yourself and cutting yourself breaks, because it's so important for you guys to have that. Like I said, there's just this whirlpool, this overwhelming amount of emotions you're experiencing this month, and there's just this overwhelming amount of work and things that you're dealing with all at once. It's just happening very quickly. So try to do your best here to take care of what you're obligated to, take care of what you need to, but don't take on more than you need to, okay? And I do feel like as far as it's looking with your emotions, don't be afraid to open up to the homies. Don't be afraid to open up to your family. Don't be afraid to open up to your loved ones and say, hey, I'm kind of been a little bit stressed lately. This is what I've been going through. This is what I've been dealing with. Don't be afraid to go ask like a friend to say, hey, what are you doing this weekend? I actually have a day off from work. I would like to hang out and do something fun, kind of get my mind off of everything, kind of be stress-free. Maybe we can have a spa day. Maybe we can have a beach day. Don't be afraid to make plans of stuff that you would enjoy doing so that you can kind of get a little bit of an escape from the overwhelmingness that you've been experiencing too. So don't be afraid to treat yourself this month as well, as I think that can add to your experience and make it a very great benefit for you in mid-June. All right, let's go ahead and have a look here though at what you can expect going forward throughout the rest of this month. What can my Virgos expect here going forward, please? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout the rest of mid-June 2022. And what do we got? We did have here the Page of Wands that slipped on out. So we got here a Page of Wands. Moving on to the next card for you, we do have here the Tower. And then moving on to two more cards, we have here the Ace of Pentacles followed up with the Queen of Swords. Yeah, for sure. So taking a look at what you can expect going forward, we do have here the Page of Wands. We got here the Tower. And then we have here the Ace of Pentacles followed up with the Queen of Swords. Now with the Page of Wands all the way to the Tower card, this is the energy of like, how much longer can I put on this smile? How much longer can I put on this face that everything's okay and that I'm okay until I'm really not okay here with that Tower? That breakdown is coming. And I don't say breakdown in a way to freak you out or to make you feel uncomfortable, but I think that everybody reaches their breaking point to where they're super stressed and super overwhelmed. Inevitably, they're going to snap and be like, I need a fucking break. It's going to happen, So Virgos, based on what you can expect going forward, if you're not cutting yourself those breaks, if you're not giving yourself more time to be a bit more selfish and to rejuvenate, you will get to that point of explosion, which is what we want to avoid. And the beauty about tarot, right, is that tarot can tell you, based upon your current path, what can potentially happen. But if you change your course of that path, you'll have a completely different outcome. So Virgo, you can avoid everything that I'm telling you right now this month just by changing course in your path. So if you want to avoid feeling like you're going to have that breakdown, that meltdown, that moment of like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore, incorporate what I was mentioning. Incorporate more relaxation. Incorporate saying no to people. Incorporate saying, hey, I can't take all this on. Let me knock out these things I got to do. Then let me rest and rejuvenate and relax. Make sure you're doing the most you can for yourself in this second half of the month. Now, with the Ace of Pentacles here followed up with the Queen of Swords, you're going to get this opportunity, what you can expect going forward, this opportunity here to kind of detach from everything. For some of you guys, this actually could be maybe a romantic partner trying to take you to a vacation, is what I'm seeing for a few of you. So for Virgos in relationships, there might be a chance you could get a surprise vacation or like a pretty abrupt opportunity to go somewhere. So maybe your partner wants to take you somewhere. If so, that's awesome. I love that. We love surprise vacations over here. But either way, though, with the Ace of Pentacles to the Queen of Swords, it's like, I feel like you're going to end up getting this opportunity to detach anyways, because you're soon going to recognize that you need it. You're soon going to recognize, okay, this break is needed. This moment of detachment is needed. This moment of solitude is needed throughout the second half of this month. So Virgo, this month is testing you for sure. It's like there's just way too freaking much happening. And you're going to eventually get to that point where it's like, okay, I need a break. So that's what the Queen of Swords is all about. It's about kind of detaching from everything right now and really focusing up on you and what you need. Because like I've mentioned, you seem so attentive to what other people need and expect from you. You seem so attentive to just taking care of all the other stuff going on. But like you weren't so attentive to taking care of your own needs and what you need, right? So you're going to get to that point regardless. I think that it's great if you can get to that point without having that breakdown tower moment where it's like it's just too much. I think it would be good if you could keep incorporating more chill energy, all right, into your days as time goes on. But regardless, though, you will be having some sort of break here, and I think that it's very much so needed for you, okay? All right, Virgo, let's go ahead and cut to the outcome here for you. What's going to be the overall outcome here for Virgos, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout their mid-June 2022? And what do we have here? We have here the Two of Wands. So Two of Wands here basically says, despite which way you take, you're still going to end up at the same road. So I definitely feel like what they're trying to say is like, Virgo, regardless, you're going to end up needing a break right now. And you can either go the route of getting to that place of being burnt out to the point where you have that breakdown and you're like, I can't, I need space, or you can kind of allow yourself to have that this month in a much more calmer manner rather than having to go a little bit of the difficult or harder route, okay? So essentially, you're going to get to a place where you need a break, guys, but either you can choose that for yourself and get there in much more calmer waters, or it's going to come from a place of being way too overwhelmed that you kind of just snap and say, I need this space, okay? So whatever you're experiencing here, this guys, whether works this month has been like really rough, whether people in your life have just like needed you 24/7, whether it's been problems within friendships, problems within relationships, or even if it's been a bit of a combination of all of those things you're experiencing here in mid-June, you know, you're going to get to that breaking point where it's like, okay, I need to make sure right now I'm doing stuff for me. So I would definitely say do everything you can to incorporate more calmness into your days. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself throughout the rest of this time. If you need to do something extra for you, make sure that you do it. If you need to say no to people who are asking things from you, make sure you say no. If you can't take on something anymore because you just got too much going on, then don't take on that extra thing. Start now incorporating more time for yourself and incorporating and tending to more of what it is that you need, and you're going to be seeing much more calmer waters here a lot quicker this month than if you kind of just wait till that moment comes where it's like, I need to cut out everything and take a freaking break, you know? All right, Virgo, I love you all so much. It's a little bit of a hectic and chaotic month, but you guys can manage and get by. Just apply all that stuff into your days and you'll see a pretty big difference here. All right, Virgo, I love you. Take care. Have a fantastic and amazing rest of your June, and I will catch you all in the next video. Much love to my Virgo peeps, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.